Hello everyone. So my name is Amanda McGee and I am a licensed therapist. And today I kind of want to talk about feelings and expressing those emotions and working through them. So one thing that I have noticed with the teens and adults that I work with, so I work with children to adults, and something that I've learned and noticed is that when you don't have the language to express what you are feeling, it makes it harder to navigate those emotions. So the presenting emotion may be anger. However, underlying emotions may be disappointment, irritation, loneliness, frustration, feeling ashamed. So you may have all these other emotions under that, but it's presenting as anger. So when I have someone come into my office, they're like, yeah, I was just so mad at her because she just really upset me with the things that she said and did. And I have a feelings wheel on my wall in my office, and I start asking them certain things like, did you feel lonely when they didn't show up for you? I'm like, no, I didn't feel lonely. Were you disappointed that they didn't come? And then they stop and they reflect back like, yeah, I was disappointed because I expected them to be there for me and they weren't. So then I come back with, so you felt disappointed, and then that disappointment turned into anger. And that's the emotion that you put towards them. They're like, oh my gosh, yes, yes. I'm like, see, you gotta love the feelings, Will. So that helps them identify it and be able to navigate it. So to kind of change that for the children that I see, I do a game called Feelings Hide and Seek. And with Feeling Hide and Seek, I have index cards with different feeling words on it, and I hide them around my office. And I give them 1 or 2 minutes to go and find all the words in the office. And once we get them, we sit down and I was like, okay, tell me a moment when you felt this way. Now, I use this opportunity to want to see what emotions does the child know, and if they're able to vocalize what that means. If they don't, I always ask, like, do you know what that means? If not, I give them examples and I give them the definition. And then we work through that emotion in the time that they may have felt that way. And then I come back with that with the I feel statement. Now, I feel statements they can be more complex, but when I work with young children, I try to keep it with I felt this way when this happened, and I might throw in the because. But mostly I felt blank when blank. And this way they're starting to learn, 1, how to identify a feeling to a situation, and then 2, how to express that feeling to whomever they're talking to. So if it's disappointment, they'll say, okay, so for example, they weren't able to go to an arcade or the park. So they will say, well, my mom's supposed to take me to the park and I was just so disappointed about it. So I'm like, okay, let's put in an I feel statement. I felt blank because blank. So you say it. And then I have them say, I felt disappointed when my mom didn't take me to the park. I'm like, do you know your reasoning? Depending on how old they are. And they're like, because I was excited, I really wanted to go. And so I help them navigate that so that they can start having the language, they can start having more feeling words to express how they're feeling, and then they'll be able to communicate that to whomever they're talking to. That's how we build the language, so that when they become adults, they will be able to communicate that effectively. So I hope that was educational. I hope that helped, and I hope you all have an amazing day. Y'all have a good one.